Hey, what's up guys, it's Naz. In this video, I'll be showing the top 5 most unique interactions that existed in Destiny 2 that you might not know about. Throughout the history of Destiny 2, there's been a variety of interactions that occur between perks, mods, exotic weapons, and armor. And if you don't know what I mean by unique interactions, these are just two different things, whether that be weapon perks, mods, or exotic armor that synergize, resulting in an interaction. Also keep in mind that some of this footage is old content from seasons ago, and some of these interactions do not work anymore. But if you do enjoy this video, consider liking and subscribing, and let me know in the comments if you want to see a part 2. Starting off the list at number 5 of the most unique interactions is between two perks, Incandescent and Vorpal Weapon. Prime Mutiny is a ritual weapon that has both perks, and is one of the only weapons in the game with this perk combination, other than the updated Apex Predator from The Last Wish. After killing enemies with this weapon, the ignitions will infinitely chain until Incandescent cannot chain anymore. This will allow you to proc huge ignitions on any subclass. And since Vorpal is the cause of the interaction, you can use one weapon with Vorpal and another weapon with Incandescent. After getting a kill with the weapon with Incandescent and switching to the weapon with Vorpal, it will then cause an interaction, increasing the damage of the Scorch. There was also another interaction that was so broken that it got patched pretty quick. When using a glaive with Incandescent and necrotic grips, pairing it with a weapon with Vorpal that you can switch to will make the poison spread incandescent and ignition chains on each kill. Next at number 4 is the interaction between the perk Headstone and Unstoppable Rounds. While having the Unstoppable Rounds applied to a weapon with the perk Headstone, creating and exploding a crystal next to an Unstoppable Champion will cause them to stun. It's almost like the Unstoppable Rounds are stored in the crystal, so you can shoot it whenever an Unstopped Champion gets close. And since the Unstopped Rounds are stored in the crystal, it would allow you to be able to stun Unstopped Champions using any type of weapon. Although stunning an Unstopped Champion like this is not very practical and very situational, it's still a pretty cool interaction. Moving on to the third interaction is between Ricochet Rounds and a perk called Lasting Impression on rocket launchers. When shooting the rocket with Ricochet Rounds at an angle, it causes the rocket to ricochet as well. It also delays the explosion of the rocket, so every time it ricochets, the timer resets. This interaction is pretty unique in my opinion, and it's something that is not too well known, but there's really no true benefit in doing this other than some fun. Coming in at number 2 is the interaction between Vulture and Anti-Barrier Rounds. If you jolt a barrier champion, then the jolt will burst the shield when you damage the champion with another weapon. After the champion is jolted, you can use any weapon to do damage and the barrier's shield will still break. This was definitely the most useful interaction, especially in harder content, because after jolting the champion, you didn't need to worry about the barrier and your team could continue using DPS weapons. And since it was so useful, I went back to try the interaction to see if it would still work. Unfortunately, this interaction got patched and the jolts will no longer burst the shield. However, there are many ways to break the barrier shields now, like Radiant giving you anti-barrier rounds to all your weapons. The last and most unique interaction at the number 1 spot is between Hierarchy of Needs and Warmind Cells. After creating a Warmind Cell, shooting the bow at full charge with Guidance Ring will create a ring that is 3 times bigger than the normal ring. The bigger ring does not increase the damage of the arrows, but it does give you a lot more space to shoot through and get different angles. Overall, I feel like this is the most unique interaction, simply because the effects are so drastic and not many people know about this interaction. And that is it for the top 5 most unique interactions. If you enjoyed this type of video, let me know in the comments if you want to see a part 2. Also comment down below if you knew about these interactions, or if you know about some interactions you think is not commonly known. Thanks for watching, hopefully you learned something new, and consider subscribing if you want to see more Destiny 2 content.